But the only headlines coming out of this joke of a league are things like this.
We've got a second dildo sighting.
This looked very orchestrated. Watch this. So as you guys can see here, as you guys see there, there's another one.
This is one of the most bizarre things. There was
an adult toy get thrown from the stands.
Everybody is clowning the hell out of the WNBA.
This has been the week from hell for the WNBA.
Quite shameful. This was absolutely embarrassing.
How can you take this league serious?
It's looking real spooky in the WNBA with the Caitlin Clark hate at this point.
These things that we hear about, these are the only things we hear about the WNBA when Caitlin Clark's not playing.
A sex toy was thrown on the court again during a WNBA game, and fans are outraged. Instead of celebrating athletes, the league is becoming a joke without Caitlin Clark on the floor.
I mean, Caitlin Clark missed a few games, and it's like she's non-existent. And it's like her efforts and her impact just never happened.
The WNBA better hope that Caitlin Clark gets healthy as fast as possible, because not only are not as many people tuning in when she's not playing, not only will not as many people go to the games when she's not playing.
If you believe Caitlin deserves better, drop 100% in the comments right now.
Views dropped 1 million views, bro, across platforms since Caitlin Clark has been hurt.
This wasn't just a one-time stunt. In the middle of a WNBA game, with players on the court, cameras rolling, and families in the stands, a neon green sex toy was thrown straight onto the hardwood.
Another green machine has entered the damn court.
Valkyries vs. Dream game delayed by sex toy. A green dildo got thrown onto the court.
There was a sex object thrown onto the floor. And when I say sex object based off the male anatomy.
The game had to be stopped.
The game has had to be stopped. Watch this. So as you guys can see here, as you guys see there, there's another one. That's another one.
Players were visibly uncomfortable. One staff member tiptoed around it and eventually had to kick it aside, not even wanting to touch it.
He kicks it. Look at him. He's like, whoa, whoa, make sure that don't touch me, bro.
That's how disturbing it was.
An adult toy get thrown from the stands and just landed and rolled and rolled and rolled and just laid on the...
And here's the wildest part. This wasn't even the first time.
A WNBA game on Tuesday night was delayed several minutes because of a flying sex toy.
It happened again at another WNBA game just days earlier. Same exact type of object.
We've got a second dildo sighting.
Same type of disruption, 2 incidents, back to back. And in both cases, they involved the Golden State Valkyries.
The Valkyries again. The Valkyries again. The second consecutive time. A second one, bro. 2 green machines isn't a lot of green machines, but it's weird that they've been the same week with the same team. And is that a Atlanta plan?
This is not just immature behavior. This is dangerous. Players are sprinting full speed across the court. You throw an object like that in their path, someone could get seriously injured.
You shouldn't throw shit. Could hit people, could hurt somebody. You shouldn't do it.
Sophie Cunningham even spoke out immediately after one game saying,
"There's another green machine that has entered a WNBA arena, and Sophie Cunningham weighs in on it.
Stop throwing these on the court. You're going to hurt one of us."
Sophie Cunningham weighed in on this whole debate, and we got to see what Sophie said. Because she immediately, now mind you, Sophie is in Dallas. Stop throwing the green machines on the court. You're going to hurt one of us.
That says everything. What should have been a moment to talk about the game, the performance, and the players turned into a total embarrassment for the league.
This is one of the most bizarre things that I think I've ever seen happen in any type of professional sport.
Fans, players, and viewers were left asking, how did this even happen? Where was security? How did someone sneak in an object like that twice?
Honestly, I don't know if they ever found out who did this. It shouldn't be that hard. There was only about 3,000 people at this game, but watch it again.
Blocked by Maya Caldwell. Something flies on the court, actually, from the crowd. The officials will say they will continue play as that goes off the fingertips of the Valkyries.
Who's bringing that, to the game? Who was intending to do this? What were they trying to prove?
And why is no one being held accountable? Instead of headlines about buzzer beaters or highlight plays, the league is now going viral for all the wrong reasons.
WNBA Dildo Gate is in full effect.
And Caitlin Clark's absence is only making the problem worse, because when the biggest draw in women's basketball isn't on the court, the league clearly has no control of the spotlight.
The WNBA better hope that Caitlin Clark gets healthy as fast as possible, because not only are not as many people tuning in when she's not playing, not only will not as many people go to the games when she's not playing.
This was absolutely embarrassing.
The reaction to the SX toy incident was instant, and it wasn't just laughter or shock, it was outrage. Across social media, YouTube, and sports forums, WNBA fans, especially Caitlin Clark's supporters, made their voices heard. And one message kept rising above all. This is not funny. This is disrespect.
This is supposed to be a family-friendly environment. Clearly, it's not.
Fans who paid to watch a professional basketball game to support women's sports were forced to watch the game be paused for several minutes because of a thrown sex toy. And while some online clowned the moment, others saw it for what it really was, a direct reflection of the WNBA's current chaos. Comments poured in like, "How does this even happen? Twice? This isn't edgy or funny. This is disgusting. Y'all eject fans for laughing at a wig, but not for throwing this?"
WNBA's Kalia Copper gets her wig snatched mid-play, puts it back on, and runs to the locker room. They stop the game because somebody's wig fell off, and then they kicked a fan out because a fan made fun of her wig falling off.
At the end, they went through the rim. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. She's going to go head to the back. Oh, no.
The hypocrisy wasn't lost on anyone. The same league that tossed a fan out for making a joke about a player's wig falling off.
He can throw on the court now but making fun of a wig is too far. Seriously.
Was suddenly dead silent about fans hurling adult toys onto the court.
They kicked out a fan for making fun of that.
No immediate ejections, no arrests, no public statements from the league office, just silence.
The players are saying that they made fun of her for the situation on the court.
Even veteran players couldn't hold back. Sophie Cunningham took to social media right after the game and said, "Stop throwing these on the court. You're going to hurt one of us." She didn't care about PR spin. She just wanted to feel safe playing basketball. Media voices were just as blunt. One outlet went as far as ranking Caitlin Clark number 1 and the green dildo number 2 in terms of WNBA headline power. A statement that's as absurd as it is heartbreaking. Think about it. The league that's supposed to be empowering women is now going viral because fans can't act like adults.
An adult toy get thrown from the stands and just landed and rolled and rolled and rolled and just laid on the... This has been the week from hell for the WNBA. It's all going downhill and going downhill fast. How can you take this league serious?
That's not progress. That's collapse. Many fans pointed out that the moment Caitlin Clark was sidelined due to injury, the entire tone of the league shifted. The excitement, gone. The discipline, gone. And in its place, distractions, silly stunts, embarrassing stories that overshadow the game itself. People aren't talking about box scores. They're talking about SX toys, wigs, and chaos in the crowd.
To talk about the circus that the WNBA is starting to turn into.
This isn't just about one object. It's about respect. It's about standards.
The WNBA runs those, no space for hate, the safe space kind of things. This is an example of what needs to be blocked out. Like, this is what should be getting an investigation open for it. This is what, player safety needs to be, this is what needs to be taken into consideration.
And right now, the WNBA is proving that without a figure like Caitlin Clark leading the way, things fall apart fast. Fans aren't just outraged because of what was thrown. They're outraged because of what it says about where the league is headed. And they're asking the question the league refuses to answer. Is this what the WNBA wants to be known for?
Is this a supporter of the league? Or is this somebody trying to sabotage the league? Because if you're that type, if that's you, that takes some real brains. That takes some real thoughtful planning. You must have been up all night trying to write this plan. How do I sabotage the league?
When Caitlin Clark isn't on the court, the WNBA doesn't just lose a player, it loses its spotlight.
I mean, Caitlin Clark missed a few games, and it's like she's non-existent. And it's like her efforts and her impact just never happened.
What's going on in the WNBA?
And what we've seen in her absence isn't just embarrassing, it's revealing.
This has been the week from hell for the WNBA. It's all going downhill and going downhill fast.
It shows how shaky the league's foundation still is, and how much it depends on Caitlin to hold the entire product together. Let's start with the numbers. Since Caitlin's groin injury took her out of recent games, the WNBA has seen a massive drop in viewership. In fact, over 1 million viewers have vanished across platforms.
This looked very orchestrated to me. Now, I know the WNBA is hurting for views. We all know they looking real spooky in the view department since Caitlin been gone.
No Caitlin Clark, no Angel Reese, WNBA's biggest matchup. They're both out. Ratings fall off a cliff. 1.2 million people disappear.
That's not speculation. That's measurable, undeniable data. When Caitlin plays, eyeballs are on the screen. When she sits, people tune out.
Views dropped 1 million views, bro, across platforms since Caitlin Clark has been hurt.
And when they do, this is the type of chaos that fills the vacuum. Not highlight plays, not thrilling finishes, but viral distractions that make a mockery of the game.
These things that we hear about, these are the only things we hear about the WNBA when Caitlin Clark's not playing.
It's almost symbolic. The moment Caitlin Clark is sidelined, a sex toy becomes the main character. Not basketball, not the players, not the league's growth. A neon green prop thrown like a joke steals the headlines. And suddenly the WNBA is trending not for athletic excellence, but for complete loss of control. Ask yourself, when was the last time you saw 2 separate games interrupted by sex toys in any professional league? NBA? NFL? NHL? Never. But it's happened twice in a matter of days in the WNBA, and both during games without Caitlin Clark. Coincidence or consequence? Without her, the focus is gone.
This looked very orchestrated. The game has had to be stopped. Watch this. So as you guys can see here, as you guys see there's another one. That's another one. It's looking real spooky in the WNBA with the Caitlin Clark hate at this point. It's looking real spooky.
The leadership is missing, and most importantly, the respect disappears. When Caitlin is on the court, fans behave differently. The energy is electric. There's a sense that what you're watching matters. It's history in motion. But when she's off the floor, it's like the league's identity falls apart. The crowd no longer feels accountable. The league's tone shifts, and that's dangerous. Not just for safety, but for the future of women's sports. Even the narrative around players changes. Instead of focusing on performance and competition, conversations shift to who's being disrespected, who got ejected for a joke, and what crazy object hit the court next. That's not the standard Caitlin Clark is trying to build. She represents a new era, one of professionalism, of pride, and of pressure. She carries that with her every game, and fans follow suit. Her presence elevates everything.
We've got a second dildo sighting. Everybody is clowning the hell out of the WNBA.
I mean, Caitlin Clark missed a few games, and it's like she's non-existent. And it's like her efforts and her impact just never happened. These views dropped 1 million views, bro, across platforms since Caitlin Clark has been hurt.
Her absence exposes everything. And let's be clear, this is not Caitlin's problem to fix. She didn't create the dysfunction, but her presence forces everyone, fans, teammates, media, even the league office, to act like the WNBA matters. Because when Caitlin Clark walks into an arena, she brings more than talent. She brings cameras, headlines, revenue, and expectation. Without her, the league is left to fend for itself. And right now it's failing, miserably. The green toy wasn't just an object, it was a symbol of the WNBA's worst nightmare. That without Caitlin, the league still doesn't know how to carry itself with seriousness. That without her, it slips right back into chaos. And fans are noticing, sponsors are noticing, even players are noticing. They know she's the reason the spotlight's here. And the question the WNBA needs to ask itself now is this: if Caitlin Clark wasn't in this league, who would still be watching?
Quite shameful. This was absolutely embarrassing. There was a sex object thrown onto the floor. And when I say a sex object based off the male anatomy. This is one of the most bizarre things that I think I've ever seen happen in any type of professional sport.
This isn't just about a sex toy on a basketball court. It's about respect. Respect for the players, respect for the game, and above all, respect for someone like Caitlin Clark, who's done more for the WNBA in a few months than most have in decades. She's packed arenas, broken records, and brought national attention to a league that desperately needed it. And this nonsense is what the league becomes when she's not playing. That's not just embarrassing. That's unacceptable.
These things that we hear about, these are the only things we hear about the WNBA when Caitlin Clark's not playing. The WNBA better hope that Caitlin Clark gets healthy as fast as possible, because not only are not as many people tuning in when she's not playing, not only will not as many people go to the games when she's not playing, but the only headlines coming out of this joke of a league are things like this.
So if you're one of the millions of fans who tuned in because of Caitlin, if you believe she deserves better, and if you believe the WNBA needs to get its act together, don't stay silent. Drop 100% in the comments and let the league know. We're here because of Caitlin, and she deserves better than this.